right, today class we are going to work on our numbers. We've done all the letters of the alphabet for our lowercase and capital letters in Denilian, so we're going to practice some numbers to help your math teachers out, which I'm sure they will appreciate. So it's going to be a little bit different. Since we have 10 numbers to do, we're just going to do 3 of each number instead of 10 because of space. So to start with the number 1, you're going to start at the skyline, draw a nice vertical line down to the baseline. Just skyline to the baseline and skyline to the baseline, nice and straight. And again, I'm just going to do 3 with you today for practice since we have 10 numbers that we're going to work on. The number 2 is going to start about halfway between the midline and the skyline. We're going to curve our pencil up to the skyline. We're going to come down at an angle down to the baseline, and then we're going to take our pencil, don't lift it off your paper, we're going to go to the right. So start about halfway, up, around, down, and your tail should sit on the baseline. For the number 3, we're going to start about the same place as the 2. We're going to go halfway between right here. We're going to go up, around, into the midline, up, around, and sit on the baseline. Up, around, in, like so. And 3 number 3s. For the number 4, we're going to actually have to lift our pencil off our paper. We're going to go ahead, start at the skyline to the midline. Take your pencil, go to the right, bring your pencil back up and straight down again. Skyline to the midline to the right, up and down for the number 4. 5 is going to start at the skyline. We're going to go from right to left, down to the midline, curve around to the baseline. Skyline, down to the midline, curve around to the baseline. And we're going to form 3 beautiful number 5s. The 5, the pencil never comes off the paper. Number 6 is going to start at the skyline. Bring your pencil down to the baseline, bring it up to the midline, and curve on in. Skyline sits on the baseline, back up to the midline, and bring it on in. Just like that. Number 7, pencil is not going to come off your paper. You're going to go from left to right and down at an angle to the right to the baseline. Skyline to the baseline, skyline to the baseline. The number 8 is going to start at the skyline once again. You're going to curve to the left, bring it at an angle down to the baseline, curve to the left again, bring it up, and stop at the skyline. Curve it down, around, and up, down, around, and up. The number 9, we're going to start at the skyline, curve it around to the left, down to the midline, bring your pencil up, straight down to the baseline. Start at the skyline, curve around to the midline, up, straight down to the baseline. Just like that. And finally, with the number 10, we're going to do our 1 again that we started with, top to the bottom, nice straight line. And then with our 0, we're going to start at the skyline, curve to the left. It'll sit on the baseline, up and around. Skyline to the baseline, curve to the left, a nice circle up and around, and one more. Just like that. Now, when you go to your book on pages 40 and 41, you will trace over the numbers anywhere from 3 to 4 times, and then you will write the numbers anywhere from 3 to 4 times, depending on the number. On page 41, you're going to notice that there are 2 story problems. You need to read the story problem, figure out the answer, and then write the number and label it. So for example, if it was 3 apples plus 4 apples, your answer, you would write the number 7 and then write the word apples. So you're labeling your answer. So there are 2 story problems on page 41. At the bottom of page 41, it shows you how to form the letters, just like I went over with you. These 2 pages will both be due on Friday, by Friday evening. Remember, all of your numbers should touch the skyline and sit on the baseline.